Who among the gods is like you, Lord? Who is like you? Majestic in holiness, awesome in glory, working wonders? Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another life changing, life altering installment of Tea Time with Eyek. We don't always drink tea, but honey. When I tell you that we spilled the tea, I mean that. I so much mean it. My name is Eyek, and this is my channel. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to the party. If you're returning for the 100th time or the 5th time, welcome to the party. Okay, so we have another Ask Eyek conversation today. So today's one is a little interesting, and also side note, it's the nighttime. It's like almost midnight. So if my eyes are low, they're low because, first of all, I'm elderly and I be sleeping at like 8 p.m. Okay, let's start there. And also because I'm having a little, a little beverage. Cheers. Cheers to the good life. Cheers to God's blessings. Amen. So without further ado, let's get into this question. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna have to put on my glasses because you already know my story. So let's go. Woo. Hello, Eyek. How are you? I watch your videos and I would love your opinion on my situation. I'm getting married in June by God's grace. Congratulations. But my problem is my fiance started behaving strangely. We have started planning our accommodation and looking for property to invest in. As the head of the family, the agreement was that our property would go under my name. My fiance had no problem with that. Last month, though, my fiance went back to see her sister and stayed with her for some time. When she came back, she gave me a huge shock. She started asking if there is a way for our property to also be put in her name, or to put her name on the house at least. I have told her severally that this property is our property. We both own it, but as the head, I believe it is proper for my name to be on the documents. It doesn't speak well of me if we do otherwise. In fact, my culture is against it. I'm worried because this was not our agreement. And also, this is not the understanding and gentle woman that I fell in love with. I believe her sister influenced her. I am having a rethink on this whole thing. Please help me. First of all, let's take a deep breath before we get into that. Well, first and foremost, I definitely want to commend you for, being bold enough to come out and, and reach out and ask for some advice. Thank you so much for reaching out. First and foremost, like I say about a lot of cultural norms, if you're going to be a misogynist, like do it to the fullest. Do you get me? Like do it to the fullest. So if you and your wife are looking to invest, or your wife to be are looking to invest in property and buy a house together, that means that she's also putting money in. Or is she just a support system? I'm trying to understand that. But based on what you're saying, she's helping you pay. She's carrying her weight. So I feel like, you want your name on everything. Okay, it was harsh for me to call you a misogynist, but come on, you want your name on everything, but you want her to contribute. I don't think that's fair. Now, looking at it from the other perspective, your babe did agree. She did say that there's no problem with it. But this is the thing about life and people in general. Like, we change, we grow. When we get new ideas, our perspectives change. So assuming that it was when she went to her sister's house, her sister talked sense into her, because really that sense, hey, that comes with being with someone. Even, I haven't been married yet. So I don't like know the details, but even with like friendships, any kind of relationship, you're gonna have the same values, or she should have the same values, but like there are things that are gonna change in your character with time. So if she was given a new perspective, you can't really fault her. Going on to the cultural aspect, you said it's not done in your culture for a woman's name to be on property. Are you getting married for your culture? Like, are you buying the property for your culture? Who's going to know that the property is not in your name unless you have some other plans? Are you going to casually go around be telling people, yes, so my name is on this one, my wife's name is on that one, blah blah blah, unless you have certain intentions? Why do you want your name on all the property? And what does your culture have to do with anything? Are you going to tell your mom or tell your kindred that your name is on the property so that if something happens to you, the property belongs to your next of kin, which is not your wife to be? Yeah. I don't think you are right in this. I'm not going to lie to you. I do not think you're right in this. So you definitely need to take some steps back. Now, let me just kind of do a quick tangent. If you're not Nigerian, and I can even say for most African cultures, your property is your wealth, especially for those of us from the south of Nigeria, the south and the east. Our properties are wealth. Our houses are our wealth. Houses in our hometown, whatever the case may be, we see property as wealth. It's a sign of wealth, or one of the ways that we show that we have wealth. So that's why this is a big deal. The name on the property thing. Yeah, okay, so I wanted to give you that background explanation. Now let's get back to it. Guy, if you don't have ulterior motives, it shouldn't be a big deal if she wants to put her name on some of the property, especially if she's putting money in to pay for the property. This is a very minor issue. And again, if your intentions are pure, you shouldn't take issue with it. You might be taken aback, like, oh, okay, that's not what we agreed on. But if your intentions are pure, I don't think that should be an issue. I strongly suggest that if you're doing any rethinking, you should rethink your mentality, okay? There's a lot of backwards thinking there, right? Culture demands this, head of the house, etc. Head of the house is not just in mouth, my guy. Like head of house is, are you willing to defend your house with your life? That's how we're tracking head of house in this day and age. So all this thing of I'm the head of the house, so my name needs to be on everything. Cool down, calm down. It's not that deep. I mean, it is deep, but I would say it's deep for your wife to be. If her name is not on any of the property, you can kick her out at any point. If you pass away, God forbid you pass away early, who's the property going to? She doesn't have any claims to the property, so who's it going to? So I really suggest your rethink should be your mentality, bro. Have a rethink, okay? Now let's go back because there's something else that stood out to me. You now mentioned, or you're suggesting that is when she went to see her sister. Is this not the time to start drama with the sister too? In the case that her sister talked sense into her, it is what it is. Like, this is not the reason for you to rethink the marriage. And oh my gosh, let me take a sip before I say this. If this is the bane of contention, you might not want to get married yet. Did I say that? I said that, guys. I did. If this is the bane of contention, I think you have some challenges with your maturity that you're going to have to work on. That your wife-to-be is gentle and understanding. It shouldn't mean that you should take advantage of her. It should not mean that you should walk all over her. She has a right as someone who's paying. Now, this could all be assumption. This could really all be assumption. Because you said you both are investing, I'm assuming both of you are putting in money. I can't put money on a house my name is not on. I can't put money on things my name is not on. It's just not going to work. Do I think your wife to be is 100% right in her request, yes, I agree with her 100%. It's the right thing to do. Your culture don't got nothing to do with this. Your family does not have, okay, now this sounds a bit idealistic, and this is more of a Western mentality. You don't have to tell your family all your business. Why must you tell your family that your wife's name is on certain property, or that your name is on all of the property? Again, unless you may have some other plans in mind, which then I might have to find out your fiance's IG and send her a DM, because that's risky. Historically, how property is determined. For example, where I'm from, both of my sides, my side from Akwa Ibom, my side from Abia, all properties passed down to the male child. So now we're living in a time where women don't have to use fake names, don't have to use their husband's names, don't have to use their male family members' names to get property. So why are you doing this? Now, if there are deeper reasons why you're having a rethink, okay. But if you're telling me you get married in March, April, May, June, in 4 months, you're thinking about canceling the wedding because your wife wants her name on things that she's helping you pay for? Guy, child, let me take a little sippy sip. Whew. I hope this feedback helps you. I hope you will take these into consideration. I wish you and your wife the best. But like I said, you heard everything I said. You might have to push the thing a little bit, maybe the second half of 2021, just so you could figure yourself out. Because this is more of a you thing than a her thing, if I'm keeping it a buck with you, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think about the whole situation. So like I said, all the best to you, and I hope you're able to make the best decision. But don't rethink your marriage because of this. Don't rethink it because your wife wants her name on some property. Rethink it for other reasons, okay? All right, guys. So that's all for today's Ask Eyek. This one was a very, very stressful one. I won't lie to you, because these kinds of things are extremely triggering just because of like what I know, my history, like it's, if you're Nigerian, especially if you're from the South or from the East, these kinds of things are very like, I know that, Western Nigerians tend to be more progressive when it comes to stuff like this. So this might be kind of a shock, or people from other, maybe like more matriarchal societies may be like, what is going on here? But this is like the norm. Unfortunately, I thought it was just an older generation thing, but I see that it's in this generation too. So hopefully for the next generation, we could dead this. As usual, please share your take down below. Hey, God, this life, babes, guys, this life is complex. How about that? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon. Have a wonderful night. Not only am I elderly, I'm also a lightweight. So you can see from the beginning of the video till now, my eyes are like this. Now they're like, because I can't take my liquor. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Have a wonderful day.